Now, the Nigerian Senate has raised concerns over the whereabouts of over 3,000 missing firearms as revealed during an investigative hearing by the Public Accounts Committee. Now, to that effect, the Nigerian police spokesperson had put out a statement saying that he dismissed the claims that 3,907 firearms were missing from its armoury. And he said that these allegations were not true and try to clear the case on this. Well, to go in depth into the discussion, we're joined by Darlington Umoro. He's a security expert and he joins us live from Lagos. Darlington, many thanks for being patient with us. And let's just get right into it, shall we? Now, there's a lot to unpack here. You know, guns missing or not missing. Both ends have their own version of this situation. But it doesn't seem like we're more secure now than before. So how do you weigh in on this discussion?
Well, the report as claimed by the police was one done by the committee in 2018 or 2019. But well, let me go straight. Let me say this to Nigerians. At least I am privy to have done 2 armoury courses where I have certificates. Now, in armoury, there's what we call armoury register or stock taking and stock delivery. In that armoury register, personnel are meant to sign in those register the firearms and ammunition that they are taking away on daily basis. And then when they return such firearms and ammunition, they are also expected to sign in to have returned those firearms and ammunition. And then the armoury supervisor now will check with what the personnel had taken and what he had returned, whether there is a correspondent. Now you are expected to write. If, for instance, you left with 5 ammo, and then you came back with the firearms and maybe 2, 3 pallets, then you are expected now to write a report on why they are not complete. That report will be in the register for stock taking at the end of the day, so somebody will be able to account for what has happened. Now, in the absence of that, when a personnel is killed in the war front, whether by the armed robbers, whether by the bandits, all of them are bandits, both the armed robber and the kidnappers, whether by terrorists or all of that, it is also expected that such will also be documented in that armoury register to state that on so date, Lagbaja signed in for, let's use an AKM with, say, a magazine loaded with 21 rounds, live ammunition now. And then they did not come back because Lagbaja was attacked. Or well, in an operation they attended, he died in the course, and then the firearms and ammo were stolen by hoodlums or by these criminals. Now, it will also have been reflected in the register by the supervisor, which will be passed on to the armoury manager, who will now endorse to say, okay, well, this was what happened. Now, in the course of stock taking subsequently, it will now be reflected that AKM code number 2341 was signed in by Lagbaja on 22 or 22nd of December, but did not come back because Lagbaja was killed, according to the statement or the incident that would have been recorded against the missing of rifle. So if you have all of that, at the end of the day, it will be glaring. Because look, in the military or paramilitary or the security agencies now, what has happened is not limited to the police. It's not even limited to the military. Because we have seen situations where terrorists will even attack the military just to take away their firearms and further equip them. It's on 2 sides. We are talking about the state actor here and then the non-state actors. The non-state actors will do anything just to further enhance their own armor by killing the state actors and taking away their own armor. Now, there's a rule and it's a law. For a state actor, it is not easy for him to lose the firearm. In fact, in some bodies, it is even stated that it is better for that personnel to die than allow his armory to be taken away by hoodlums. So that is why you see that they want to protect the firearm more than even their own wives at home. So it is not just enough to say, the police have said that as at the time that stock taking was made, that some of those firearms were even with some personnel who were carrying out their lawful duties on that day. Now, that is not to take away the fact that many of these firearms have been taken away by hoodlums in the course of killing some police personnel. So it is neither here nor there. But the fear is that if 3,900 and something is missing from the police armory,
Darlington.
Well, not across the nation, it meant that a minimum of 2,000 policemen would have been felled.
Right, Darlington.
For those ammunition to have been taken away
Darlington.
by either blocks or yes.
Yes. Now, in other stories, another related story concerning security, the DSS have said that only the best is good enough when it comes to hiring. And so it begs to ask the question whether or not academic qualification, or rather the best when it comes to academic, and by best I mean they are saying, you know, first class graduates are the best hires for this job. Is this the strongest yardstick for hiring intelligence officers?
It's wrong. That's wrong. I saw that story. I think that thing was delivered. That paper was delivered at one of the universities, and then he was saying that first class materials should be those, you know, be recruited into the DSS. That's wrong. I think one thing he missed is that there's intel. Let me define what intel is in the security balance. Intel is simply defined as information and information plus a process. You process an information to give you intel. There's difference between brilliance and intelligence. He is missing, the DSS has missed or deliberately want to juxtapose intelligence on, brilliance on intelligence. If I made a first class, it has nothing to do with intelligence. If I made a third class, it has nothing to do with my power of intel. Now, if I am brilliant, I could read, I could cram, I could do everything. It's different from me being able to, it's different from me having the ability to process information to give me intel. There are two different things. That I got first class does not necessarily interpret the fact that I am intelligent. It simply states that I am brilliant. So let us not mix these two together.
Or rather, I simply state that I just read my books really well and I passed my examination. I mean,
exactly.
So, well, I mean, Darlington, this
exactly.
is. I wish we had enough time to continue this discussion, but many thanks for doing this and joining us. Darlington Umoru is a security expert. Just give us a bit of insight on the trending insecurity stories regarding the 3,907 missing firearms from the police and also their statements as well from the police. And many thanks. We appreciate you for coming on.